Imagine a salon so enchanting it promises perfection, but each glance in its mirror steals your youth forever. In the lively village of Umudo, tucked in Nigeria's lush heart, Nena's salon shimmered like a mirage, its coral walls aglow, beads and shells dancing in the breeze. Nena was a vision, skin like polished ebony, eyes sparkling like stolen stars, but her heart was a knot of cruelty. Years back, she'd sealed a pact with a dark forest spirit, trading her kindness for eternal youth. Her weapon? A cursed mirror, its frame carved with writhing snakes, hung boldly in her salon, masquerading as decor. Every girl in Umudo dreamed of a visit. Nena played her part perfectly, her voice sweet as ripe mango, offering free hair braids or a dusting of shimmering powder. "Look how stunning you'll be," she'd coo, seating girls before the mirror. As they gazed, its surface quivered faintly, unseen by all but her. A warm glow their radiance. Their sparks slipped from their faces into the glass, feeding her beauty. Her amulet, hidden under a scarf, pulsed green with each theft. Girls left her salon looking haggard, their skin dull, eyes sunken, faces creased like elders, some barely 16 but appearing twice their age. Nena's schemes were cunning. She'd host beauty days, inviting whole groups claiming her powders were from secret Igbo recipes. She'd single out the brightest girls like Amara, whose smile lit the market, or Kosi, whose grace spun tales. She'd keep them coming back with promises of fixing their fading looks, only to drain more. The village whispered of a curse, but Nena's charm silenced doubts. Chioma, a sharp-eyed weaver, wasn't fooled. One day, drawn by her friend's fading beauty, she visited the salon. Nena's smile was too warm as she sat Chioma before the mirror. "Look closely, dear," she purred. Chioma's reflection flickered, her cheeks hollowed, her eyes dimmed. Heart pounding, she fled. Her mother, Ifioma, saw the change and whisked her to Umuri, a nearby village, to see Mazio Cake, a wise native doctor. He burned sage, chanted softly, and confirmed it, Nena stealing her beauty through that evil mirror. He crafted a potent paste bitter leaf, ugu and sacred ash, and pressed it into Chioma's hands. "Rub this on the mirror's edge under the full moon," he said. "It'll break her curse, but you must be brave." Chioma nodded, fire in her chest. Back in Umudo, she and her friend Adana, a herbalist's daughter, planned their move. That night, the moon hung like a silver drum in the sky, watching Umudo in silence. Crickets sang, and the wind carried whispers through the lidge. Chioma clutched the gourd of bitter leaf paste Mazio Cake had given her. Beside her, Adana walked quietly, her scarf pulled tight around her face. "Are you ready?" Chioma whispered. Adana nodded, though her eyes shifted, uneasy. They reached the salon. Its coral walls glowed faintly under the moonlight. The mirror inside seemed alive, pulsing as if it breathed. Nena was not there. She had closed the salon early, as if expecting something. Chioma's hand trembled as she dipped her fingers into the paste. "We must smear it on the frame. Once it touches all four corners, the curse will break." But Adana's heart was not steady. For weeks she had watched her friend, Chioma, admired for her strength, her beauty, her courage. And a dark thought had taken root. Why should Chioma be the one to save everyone? Why should Chioma keep her beauty while mine fades? That very afternoon, Adana had crept into Nena's house and whispered the plan. Nena's smile had been sharp as a blade. "Good girl," she cooed, stroking Adana's cheek. "Help me, and I will make you shine brighter than Chioma. Brighter than all the girls of Umudo. You will never grow old." Now, as Chioma bent toward the mirror, Adana stepped back. A floorboard creaked. "Adana?" Chioma whispered, turning. Before she could speak again, Nena appeared from the shadows. Her scarf slipped, and the amulet at her neck glowed green. "Well done, my sweet Adana," Nena purred. Chioma froze, betrayal burning her chest. "Adana, you told her." Adana avoided her eyes. I want to be beautiful too. I'm tired of being in your shadow. Nenna laughed, her voice rich and cruel. She placed her hand on Adana's shoulder. Come, child, look into the mirror. Unlike the others, it will not harm you. You will shine like the moon. Adana's breath quickened. She stepped toward the mirror, her face trembling with hope. For once, she thought, she would not be the plain one. She leaned forward and gazed. The glass shivered. The snakes on the frame stirred, their carved bodies slithering. The glow did not fade from her reflection, it deepened, burning. Adana gasped as the mirror pulled at her, not her youth but her very life. Her skin cracked, her hair turned white, her eyes sank. In seconds she became old, her body bending under invisible weight. No, this is not what you promised, she screamed, clawing at her reflection. But the mirror drank greedily, swallowing her beauty whole. Nenna's smile faltered. The spirit had deceived even her. The mirror needed a willing sacrifice, and Adana had given herself freely. Chioma, though betrayed, felt pity. Tears filled her eyes as she clutched the paste tighter. You were my sister, Adana. Even if you envied me. With a cry, Chioma flung the bitter leaf paste across the mirror's frame. The snakes hissed, their stone bodies cracking. The glass rattled, glowing, then shattered with a sound like thunder. Nenna screamed as her amulet burst into dust. Her beauty drained from her skin in seconds. Wrinkles carved her face, her hair shriveled, her eyes grew dull. She stumbled, clutching the broken frame, before collapsing lifeless on the floor. Adana fell beside her, frail and shaking. She turned her hollow eyes to Chioma. Forgive me, she whispered, her voice like dry leaves. Chioma knelt, holding her hand as tears slid down her cheeks. Envy has already punished you, she said softly. In the marketplace, a little girl no taller than Chioma's waist sat on a stool, crying with an old woman's voice. It was Amara. Her once bright smile was gone, replaced by confusion. She clutched her wrapper, her feet too small to touch the ground. Mama, I'm scared, she whimpered, though her face looked no older than 6. Near the palm wine tapper's hut, Kosi groaned as she struggled to stand. She had aged into a bent grandmother overnight. Her mother, who should have been caring for her, now looked younger than her own child. The sight twisted people's hearts, leaving them speechless. Even children who had never stepped foot in Nenna's salon were not spared. Some grew into teenagers too fast, their minds still small though their bodies were grown. Others shrank into infants, their parents holding them like newborns though their voices still knew their families' names. The village became a place of mourning. Wails rose at night, echoing across the clay walls. Families wept as they watched their loved ones' years stolen, tossed about like dice. Chioma walked through the streets, her chest heavy. Everywhere she went, eyes followed her. Some filled with hope, others with anger. You destroyed the mirror, an old man spat, pointing at her. But look what you have brought us. My son is now older than me. My daughter cannot even walk. Another woman knelt before Chioma, clutching her wrapper. Please, save us. Ifiema cannot even speak, her tongue is too young. Please, my daughter, do something. Chioma bowed her head, shame burning in her. She had meant to free them, not curse them further. Adana followed her quietly, her body weak, her breath slow. Some villagers hissed at her as she passed, calling her traitor. She said nothing, only pulled her scarf tighter around her wrinkled face. That evening, the elders called a gathering beneath the great Iroko tree. The whole village came, children in grown bodies, elders with smooth faces, women who no longer recognized their own reflections. The eldest, Maziyudo, rose with difficulty. His eyes, cloudy with age, scanned the crowd. This curse was born of greed, and it has spread through us all. But the gods have placed a heavy task on Chioma. She must enter the sacred grove where the spirit itself sits. Only then can our years be restored. Whispers ran through the crowd. Some agreed, some shook their heads in fear. The sacred grove was a place no one entered and returned unchanged. Maziyudo's voice trembled as he lifted his staff, but she cannot go alone. The spirit will fight. Who among you will stand with her? Silence. Eyes dropped to the ground. Mothers clutched their twisted children. Fathers looked away. No one spoke.